Hello again, everybody. Today is Wednesday, June 13th, and you're seeing a rare morning video with me because we have graduation today, so I don't have to go into work until, well, we have to leave here at 1. It's in Pasadena, which is about an hour or so away. So we're meeting at 1, hopefully getting there by 2:30. I get to be an exit usher, so I get to basically make sure everybody stays in their seats while the graduates are exiting. So I get a whole 15 minutes of duty, and that's pretty much it. Just getting my day started. I took my husband to the train station. I showered. That's pretty much it. I'm gonna go do my makeup and stuff in a little bit. If you noticed, I got my hair done yesterday. I got some blonde and red highlights, which you can kind of see the red. Yeah, there's one giant streak of blonde, which I was actually surprised because the blonde showed up a lot lighter than it normally does, because usually it doesn't show up really well on my hair. And I got a couple inches taken off. As you can see, it's still really long, but I didn't really feel like chopping it all off this time like I normally do. I think that's all that's been going on. This is the last week of school. Everybody else is already out, but of course our school is always like, how can we make them stay as long as possible? Now it's because we're in our sponsoring district is, like we align our calendar with theirs. So even though all of our schools in the area are out, the ones that are a little more north are not. So yeah, last week of school. I have to do some work this morning, but I thought I'd film before I actually do it. Enjoying my new coffee mug with Reese's peanut butter cup creamer. I have some stuff to show you guys today. Hello. Cosmo just jumped up on the counter or on the table, so he's probably gonna mess everything up because that's what he likes to do. Hi. Are you right where you should not be? Of course you are. So I haven't posted a video yet, but I started diamond painting. So I have that to show you, as well as my cross stitch. The diamond painting, it's okay. I'm doing it on my table and it gives me a neck ache. And I know that there's ways that, like if I do it for too long, and I know there's ways like I could get, like Danielle has like a slanted table, but I'm kind of waiting to see how I like it before I invest in anything else. I just got a couple of cheap kits off Amazon. I got both of them for 12 bucks, so no biggie. I thought I'd try this out to see if I like it. I might still, it's definitely not my favorite. The one that I got uses round drills instead of square. So they don't cover up the entire pattern. And the one that I got, the colors don't match very well with the background, so I haven't gotten very much done. And I'm sorry it's gonna be a little shiny because, I mean, at least you could see the whole piece, but they used a plastic instead of the paper. There you go. Instead of a paper, what's it called? Cover. But so this is the whole piece. I have another one, but it's sitting under my mattress right now to try to flatten out. But here is what I got done so far. So not very far at all. This one only has, like you can see, 14 colors, but they don't match super well. So I have no idea if you're gonna be able to see this or not. Like these grays right here are supposed to be this number 4, which is a blue. It's hard to tell, but it's definitely more like a blue color. Come on, focus. No, you don't want, okay. Hoping it would autofocus, but it's not. But I have to use the front camera, else I can't see. So the colors are a little bit off, but I think it'll still be kind of cool looking when I'm done, so we'll see. I actually like the other pattern that I got better. But I want to get this one done before I start that one, because I don't really have any room. The only table I have in my whole craft room is the table that I'm on now, which is like this wide. So I definitely wouldn't be able to do a big one without getting another table. I do have a couple of patterns. Let me find them really quick because I didn't have them loaded, that I think I would rather do in diamond painting than cross stitch. I think you guys have already seen them before, but I'll show them to you guys anyway, if they want to load. Cross stitch. So the first one is, oh, they're right next to each other. They're both the stained glass paintings, so the Beauty and the Beast window and the Disney stained glass sampler, or not sampler, Disney stained glass piece, I guess you could say. And the reason I want to do those is because since they're stained glass, they, I think, would benefit more from the sparkle that the diamond painting gives. But I will definitely use round or square drills for that, and they're actually not super large, so I should be able to get those done pretty quick. But now that I'm looking, of course, at it, I want to start it right away. I originally had the Beauty and the Beast one, like that's one I calculated for, but I may go and calculate for the other one instead. Let's see. So that's my diamond painting. I do have, oh, that's not what I wanted. Sorry, didn't think to open this in my browser on my, oh, and I can't. Okay, never mind. I'll have to make sure it stays open. Sorry guys, I feel like I'm a mess today. So that's my diamond painting. Hopefully I'll get that done relatively soon. I do like how fast it goes. I don't like that it gives me a neck ache and stuff when I do it. But I kind of like that because then it means that I'm like only doing it for a little bit, and then I'm actually going and doing my cross stitch more, so. But I think if I do get those other two pieces, then I will get a bigger table, like somewhere cheap, like IKEA or somewhere. So that is all of that. I mentioned last week that next week is my summer break. So I basically will have a full week and probably the following Monday as well, because we don't really have like plans that day at school, I guess you could say. But I might go in to clean up the site and stuff. Even though we have a whole site cleanup scheduled for Thursday, since I was full-time, I have my own desk with like covered in all my tutoring stuff that I need to get rid of so that the new tutor can take over. Not that we've hired one yet, so we're going to be tutorless for quite a while, probably through all of summer, but we'll see. Alright, on to cross stitch. So you have seen this lady before. I don't remember where I was last time. But I do know that now she has a full arm. I'm pretty sure last time she only had this first color of her arm done. So now she has the other like 5 colors I think there are. And these, like half of these are blends. So that's why you get that gradient effect. I got this pink part right here, which is part of her, what is that? I forget. I think it's part of her, I don't know actually, I'm gonna have to look at that. It's another piece of her clothing, but I forget which part. So once I get the back stitching in there, it'll be a lot nicer because you'll be able to see that it actually looks like it's draped over her arm. Like, it's a cape that comes down here, gets looped up over her arm here, and then falls down the back. And then it just keeps going down here in the front. But more importantly, I got all this back stitching done. And I think I had up to here of the actual cross stitch. So I added 2 more colors, so her hair is done except for the little bit of back stitching down here that's in another color. Before I can do this color back stitch, I have to do this next color of her sleeve. I just haven't gotten there yet. So that's what my plan is next. I'm going to do this part of the sleeve, finish all of the back stitching in her hair, and this part will have a lot of beading in it. Then I'm going to finish her arm all the way, back stitch her hand because there's no more back stitching at all except for the outside outline in her sleeve. So I'm going to finish that, and then I will do the beading because the beading so far is basically along her sleeve up here, goes up through her hair, basically will come down around, and there's a lot of beading in this part of the sleeve right here. Oh, that's what it is. So this is like the other part of her, like she has like a ruffle on her shoulder. So that's the part of the ruffle that matches like this part right here. So there she is so far. I am losing steam on her a little bit. This back stitching took me a lot longer than I thought. It took me like 2 movies, I think, to get through it all. I watched Alice Through the Looking Glass. It's on Netflix. And I definitely screwed up in here, like several places, but I can't tell where it is. So she will have back stitching here, which is in that same color as the rest of her hair. And there's some back stitching here where her, like where the background shows through, but that's the huge outline. I will probably do the huge outline part. I'm not going to wait until the very end, more than likely, so I think maybe once I get the back stitching done on her hair and finish up her arm, I might just do it and then do the beads. And then basically after that point, all I have left, I say that like there's not a lot, everything I have left will be all skirt and dress, so. I still need to find some eyes for my needle minders, the ones that lost them. There's only 2, but a little one-eyed Sleeping Beauty. I was having an argument, or an agreement with Bendy Stitchy Michelle about Goonies from her last video. Well, not her last, she just posted a new one, so the one before that. But talking about which characters we thought were the cutest. But the next one that I worked on, I only worked on this last night, so there's really not much done, but is pieces of thread hanging everywhere. The Winter in a Cup. I just put some more stitches here in to fill in the actual coffee cup. This one's gonna get some more love next weekend for sure, or next week, because I want to finish it up. Well, finish up the coffee cup and then probably do some backstitch. But I haven't quite decided yet. Because George needs some attention. He's my only goal, is to finish that row of pages, because I still haven't worked on him at all since our last video. Then the last thing that I worked on, you guys haven't seen this in a little while. To figure out which way is up. Is Boo Butterfly. So I was stitching this while I listened to Real Ghost Stories Online podcast. Not a ton more. I just had the black before, so I added... It's 161, so it's blue, but it makes it look like it's a blue-gray, but it definitely makes it look more purple with this background color. But that's fine. I like purple more than blue for Halloween projects anyway. But so the sword is done, and I got the gray, some of the gray of the cat. I ran out of thread here, and I just called it a night, so... He's got it through his tail, and then he's got the rest of him and through his tail, so that's what I'm going to work on next. I'm just going to go out from there. So this fabric is much larger than the actual piece, but it was just one of the cheap Michaels fabrics, so I'm just going to cut off what I don't need. I thought about just like calculating it out and putting it in the corner, but since it's not a since it's such cheap fabric, I just kind of wanted to get it started, so I just started from the middle, and it works better as a middle start anyway. But I think because this fabric is so big, it's a little more difficult to work on, because I do it all, like everything I showed you so far has been in hand. So I think I'm going to cut off the excess sooner rather than later. So that's going to probably be what I'm going to do this week, or next week as well. So that is everything that I have progress-wise to show you. I do have a little bit of new haul. Let's see. Can you cancel that? Great. So I watched I'm so sorry, I can't remember who it was. Somebody had shown these in their last video that they had gotten. The image is bad because it's on my iPad, but the ingredients for Horrific Halloween by Stony Creek. And I didn't realize they did this, but if you get the pattern in the month that it's released, they will send it to you for, like, all you have to do is pay for shipping, so the actual pattern is free. So I missed the first month because this is a Sal. So I bought the first two, so this one I paid for, this one is free. They haven't arrived yet, they haven't even been sent yet, but I'm in no rush to get them. But I really like the colors in this. Now I can't zoom out. So here's the Eye of Newt. A little closer up. So these aren't bad, they're only like $4 a piece. And shipping I think is $4. But I want to get the holder for it as well. Which for this one is the ghost coming out of the cauldron. So I got those, they're on the way. I have a bunch of stuff from the attic, but I missed the latest checkout. What do you call it? Like checkout post, I guess. Like basically when you're done adding stuff, you tell McKenna that when you want to check out, and then they take care of payment and all that, and then send your stuff out to you. So I have a pile waiting for me. I just haven't had it sent yet. I did also get this. This was Lollipop Stitch's fault. Yeah, this fabric, which is on its way to me, so I'll show that when it comes in, to do the Under the Sea mermaid style, which is not loading. There we go. So go check her out, because she's already started this. I haven't bought the pattern yet. I'm just trying to space out the purchases a little bit, but super cute. I will need to get the beads as well, probably, because I don't think anything that I have in my stash is going to work. But I'll be getting those soon. I also got a few things from Michaels. I got 3 10-inch hoops, which are for a specific project. I got some stitchable napkins in like a natural color. And I'm going to be using them with 413 gray floss. So these are for a friend who is having a baby soon. And she basically sent these to me and said, they're selling these for 60 bucks. Like, that's ridiculous, but I really like them. Basically asking without asking me to make them for her. So I convinced her that I tried to convince her that she should buy them herself, or like buy the stuff herself and do it herself. And so she was kind of like, okay, yeah, that sounds great. And then I'm pretty positive she didn't, so I'm gonna stitch them kind of as a surprise. So it's these 3 Be Kind, Be Brave, Be Wild. I might go, because there's 4 napkins in there, I might go back and get another hoop and stitch Be Wise. I think it would be pretty easy. And then put like a feather underneath. So basically what my plan is I'm going to do some green in here as well. And I'll do like little accents, like maybe the like string in the, I don't know what you call that, like leaf motif, I guess. Like the feathers on the arrow and like one of the mountains, like probably the middle mountain. And then if I do the Be Wise, I'm gonna do a feather with it, so I'll do like the middle thing in the feather. So either blue or green. Blue because she's having a boy, green because everything in her like nursery is gray. So I figure like that would be a good color. That would go well with the gray and also go well with the pattern. So I haven't decided yet if I want to do, she wanted it all gray, but I feel like it needs a pop of color. But that shouldn't take me very long at all. So that's my plan for next week as well. Like I said, I only have 1 plan and I ended up making like 6. That's, I think, everything that I bought. I mean, I bought some like stuff for the house, but Joann's is having a 70% off. Whoa, what was it? I think it's like Seaport, so like all of their ocean themed decor. So I got like a huge sign for like originally 60 bucks. I got it for like 14. My husband saw it and almost passed out, but that's okay. but I'm not going to show that stuff to you. And I'm not going to show you my other diamond painting yet, so you guys will see that next time. I think the only thing that I have left is my piece of good news. Which I'm really hoping it didn't crash and reload. Okay. So since it's early in the morning, not a whole lot of news has come by. But I did find this piece about Disney. So if you've never been to Disney World, they have a huge problem with squirrels. Like, the squirrels have gotten so used to people feeding them and stuff that they'll just go on to strollers and steal food from them. I've seen them run off with like little toys and stuff. Basically anything they can get their hands on. Well, it's always been a problem with guests, but it's also been a problem for Disney. So this is a video of a squirrel who is a shoplifter. So yep, just a squirrel who decided to steal some peanut M&Ms and just walk right out of the store. Not really good news, but I thought it was cute. And probably not good for him either, but they're kind of used to it because of all the candy and stuff, obviously, that everyone brings and has around the parks. I'm trying to think if I have anything else to show you guys, and I don't think I do. I'm hoping that next week I will have a lot to show you. I should hopefully have... It'll probably be a post that's like midweek like this one is. But it should hopefully have some more diamond painting, more cross stitch, more straight stitch. Or I guess I'm going to backstitch the hoops, so more backstitch. Hopefully some more good news and possibly a new start because I'm looking at something else and it's making me want to start it. So in the meantime, I think I'm going to possibly buy the canvas because it gets sent from China for my next diamond painting. I know it's a lot cheaper to like have them kit it up for you and send you all the diamonds and stuff. But I don't really want to pay $100 at the moment, so I think I'm just going to buy the canvas and buy the diamonds are more local. I found like one of the places that I like is a US diamond distributor, and they have them for a lot cheaper, or like at least from what I found, they have them for cheaper than you can find them in the China, like AliExpress and stuff. So I'm gonna have the canvas sent. I'm gonna order the canvas probably, so that comes soon, and then I will have, and then I'll just kind of buy the colors a little bit at a time. And I think that's it. So sorry guys, I know I rambled a lot in this one. Go enjoy your summer or your winter if you're down south, and I will see you guys all next time.